Hi folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. So today it's something new. I'm actually on a private lake. I got permission to fish. I've been trying to get permission to fish this one for quite some time. It's private, as I say, and it's never been fished before unless you get an occasional poacher. But basically the fish in here, I've never seen bait. I don't know what bait is. So I know there's carp in here because this actually isn't quite true. I did actually come down and fish it with my son David 2 or 3 days ago. We both had 9 fish. The average was sort of in the £5 to £6 range, but my biggest was about £10, and this is David's fish. It was about 15. So that obviously isn't the biggest fish in here. We were only fishing on the Waggler, just at about sort of 15 metres out or so, I suppose. And on 2 or 3 occasions, I foul hooked something, and one of them actually took about 45 metres of line off before it just pulled out. It wasn't tearing off like they do normally. It just swam away from me and I couldn't do anything with it. And that's been a long time since anything's done that. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the Waggler, just feed my way in gently with some pellets and some corn, and just to see how that goes. That's exactly what I did the other day. And then I'm going to take a feeder rod and I'm going to hang it out there a bit, about 35 metres or so. I'll probably put about 8 or 10 of those in, just cast it out, leave it about 20 seconds or so, and then retrieve. But then I'm going to give it an hour or so while I fish on the Waggler, then I'm going to go over it and just see what we can do. Okay, got the first feeder full. I'm not putting any bait on the hook, and it makes it quite a heavy feeder. It's actually a 30-gram homemade feeder. It's a wire cage feeder. I'll put a little link up above just to show you the video where I made these things, but if I just get that out, an easy chuck for 35 metres, aim at some trees over there, just give it about 20 seconds while the feeder empties a little bit, and then I'll pull it out, and then I'm going to do the next 9 and see how we go from there. As I say, then I'm going to leave it for a bit. Okay, got 9 balls in so far. This will be the 10th and last ball, and then I can start on the Waggler. It's taken me about 10 minutes to do this, but I think it's going to be worth it, or at least if it isn't, it'll prove to me that they back off when you put a load of feed in, because I'm only going to feed that one, as I say, just very gently with a bit of little and often pellets and corn. That should do it. Right, let's get this Waggler going, and of course you'd probably not see this at the moment, but it started to rain as well, so good start. Haven't even got a cast in properly yet, and we're getting rained on, but hey, that's just one of those things. Right, put this one away, get the Waggler out, and start feeding, and then I think it's time for a cup of tea, eh? Right, got the Waggler rod. I'm going to put 2 pieces of corn on, because the fish in here I'm hoping are pretty big, and they'll quite happily mop up 2 bits of corn, but we shall see. Right, that's me. Definitely time for tea now. Come back to you when I get a bite. I just went to turn round and I thought there was a snake down there, but in actual fact you probably can't see him, but I'll just zoom in a little bit. There he is, look, see his head? He's right down in front of me, just by my rod. Little lizard. And he's perfectly happy, he's sitting there, but if I move... Oh, now normally they scatter, but hey. Nice to watch a bit of nature at times. Oh, he's looking at me. Let's see if we can get a bit closer for you. I've had these attack my pole pot before now, so they can be a bit aggressive. Anyway, definitely got to get that cup of tea now. There he goes, look. Looks like a snake in the water, doesn't it, at first? Gives you a little bit of a turn, but they're perfectly innocuous, really. He's just making his way down the bank. We'll leave him be. Well, I'm about 20-25 minutes in, and I'm not sure, but I may be starting to see an odd indication on the float. The problem is, there's a dragonfly keeps landing on the tip, and I can't always see the dragonfly, so I'm kind of seeing it do this, but I'm suspecting it's the dragonfly, which is a bit of a pain actually. Ah, yeah, it's definitely a dragonfly, I can see it now. Don't normally, sorry, I say don't normally. Last time we didn't get a bite for about an hour, so I'm perfectly happy to sit here for a short while longer before I think about doing anything else or going out on the feeder line. Got a feeling that might be a lift, just a tiny one. I'm going to leave it for a second or two. It's the first indication I've had so far, but yeah, it looks like it's doing something. That's a weird looking bite if ever I've seen one. Gonna hit it. Oh yeah. Ah. Well, I thought it'd come off, but it's gone the other way. Oh well. What do I know? I was expecting something massive, and it's a perfectly good carp, obviously, but yeah, strange bite, very strange bite. Yep, there's me thinking about massive big fish, and here I am catching something which is, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 pound, guessing at that. There's some rubbish caught around it as well. Oops. Oh well, it's a fish, isn't it? Right, this time fish. Try to leap out of the net. They go absolutely nuts. It's a piece of wire. Where that came from, I don't know. Right, get the hook out. Just throw this in, show you the first ever fish that you've seen out of this place. And here he is. He's not huge, is he? But isn't he beautiful? Or she? Lovely. Okay, so just before I put this back in, let me just show you the rig. Homemade 4-gram float. Got it stopped on one side with a Guru stop on those rubberized ones, and a couple of shots just underneath to stop it going down the line. And then very simple, I've got a couple of number 8s down the line here, and I've got another one just down by the hook about 3 inches away, and that's what gives me those little lift bites. Bait wise, just using pieces of sweet corn, 2 of them on a 14 hook, and that's all I'm going to need for today. Okay, let's get back out there. Fishing about, ooh, I don't know, 14, 15 metres I'd guess. But it's a really easy chuck, and it's a nice day, apart from the odd showers. But you can't have everything, can you? Well, like last time, that one took almost exactly an hour from the time I started fishing and putting bait in, just those few pellets and bits of sweet corn, till I got the first bite. So it does seem that you just have to wait a little bit of time. I just think I must have had a lift then. Have they moved in already? Is that what's going on? That little shot just a few inches from the hook is just fractionally off the bottom, so if they pick the thing up I do get a little bit more of the yellow part of the float showing up. Nope, nothing just yet. Probably just me seeing things. Oh, that's definitely a lift of some variety. There's something down there. Now, whether it was just a fish knocking into that shot and lifting it, you don't know. You want it to lift and hold really, and that one didn't, so it probably just was a line bite, or a liner as we call it. I know you can't see this, but my float is being attacked. The tip's being attacked by tiddlers, and it's bouncing around all over the place. I suppose that's a good sign for the future if there's lots of small fry around. Okay, well, we're about an hour or so in, and like I said, I'm going to give the feeder a go at about 35 meters or so. I've changed the feeder to a normal size feeder now, just obviously I don't want to be trying to throw great big feeders out there just at this point. Just going to sink the line, see what happens. It's only about 5 feet deep out there as well. I mean, you've got sort of 2 or 3 feet in the edge, 3 feet as you go out to sort of 9 or 10 meters, 4 feet just after that, and then where I'm chucking to now, that's probably about 5 feet. So, get myself organised. Let's see if we get a bite. Well, it's been in for about 10 minutes down there now, and apart from that one little tiny little plink, which was hardly anything, there's been no movements whatsoever. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick go back with the Waggler again, just to see how we got on that one, see if we can catch a few. Well, I've missed the first few minutes of this bite because I was having problems with the GoPro, guys. I've gone back to the Waggler, and it took me out there. Now it's just down in front of me. And it's a decent fish. Don't think it's massive, but not complaining. I pretty much, as soon as I went straight out on the Waggler, float went under. Well, alright then. Got some power, aren't they? Trying to keep it out of the swim. He's down to the side of me now, into the reeded area, but he's about 6 feet out of the bank and about 10 meters from me. This is what I came for, guys. I find the fish in here, certainly from the other day, they're short but they're very stocky fish, and they do weigh a bit. There he is, he's starting to tire a little bit now. Oh, not. Come on. Don't go nuts, don't go into the main area. Come on, fish. Giving this lots of pressure. I've just scared something just down in front of me too. Right. Is he ready yet? One flick of his tail and he's off again. That's the thing. Nice common. Yeah, he's a good fish. Nice and steady. No sudden moves. And he'll go nuts in a sec. He told you, didn't I? Get your head in. Come on. Get your head in. Come on. Oh wow. Come on. That's it. That's a good fish, isn't it? Whew. Oh, that is a good fish. Oh, it's a lumpy fish. Oh yes, that's a good fish. That is a nice fish. Right. Let's weigh him. And then I'll show him to you. Let's get the scales out. See where we are. 0 and 16 pounds dead. So the net weighs £1 3 ounce. So he's 2 or 3 ounces smaller than David's fish from the other day. But I tell you what, that is a stonking fish. Let's see if we can gently show him to you. I'm gonna have to be careful here. But look at that. Isn't that a great fish? And thick too. Wonderful. Well, see if we can get another one. GoPro, stop recording. Right, well, it's no good. Whew, out of breath. It's no good. I'm going to change the landing net. This is a standard Guru Competition 500 net. It's the 20-inch or 50cm or whatever it is version. This is my version of it, with part of a Competition 500 net and the bottom of another one, so it's a lot deeper. And that means, as you may have seen occasionally in the past when I've caught an odd good fish, that it goes in a lot easier than that one did. If I get small fish, well, that's fine by me too, but we're going with the big old net now, just to be on the safe side. Let's get back out there. Huh. So that lizard's back, the one I had at the start. Actually, I thought it was that lizard, but this is actually a bigger one. The smaller one just went that way. Oh, he's over there at the moment. What I'll do, I'll just put a bit of sweet corn in just down there, see if he bothers. No, not fussed at all, is he? I don't know if you can see him through that lens. It's a bit of a wide angle lens, so you may not be able to, but he's a good size. He's probably a foot and a half long, which would be 45 centimetres. Just wonder what will happen if I decide to strike. Doesn't seem bothered by the rod, look, at all. He looks up every time I bring my float in, so he knows what's going on. Look at that, it's within a few inches of his head, he's not bothered. Well, okay, well, so much for 15-pounders. Maybe a 4-ounce one, but again, pristine condition. Beautiful fish, look. Oh well, first bite I've had for a while. I've actually put the ledger rod out just now, along with the float rod, because I wasn't getting any bites, and because it's an exploration day, I know I wouldn't normally do this, I've got both rods out, and still the tip rod hasn't moved. So we'll persevere with the Waggler rod for now. Oh, another little tiddler. Ah, dearie, dearie. There's me thinking I'm going to catch big ones, and I've started to do these little ones. Still, fish is a fish is a fish. You can't argue with it, can you? Beautiful, aren't they? The tiddler. I was actually watching the tip of the feeder. Ho hum. Well, I think we're going to have to call it quits at that. It's just gone 3 o'clock and oops, ouch. And I need to get back and sort some stuff out, because I've had what, 5 fish now. Those 3 small ones, one that was probably about £3 as you saw, and that one which was going on best part of £15, which I really enjoyed. Unfortunately for that one, the old gremlins started to get into the GoPro again, so unfortunately, sorry about that, but I missed part of the fight of that one, but you did see the end of it. As far as the day goes, I'd have to say I thoroughly enjoyed myself. If I could just stop these builders down behind me there, making all the racket with their machines and their hammers and air guns and all the rest of it, this would be a really quiet, nice place. And am I going to give up? Well, of course not. So on Thursday, today being Tuesday, me and Maurice are coming down here, and we're going to fish exactly the same place again, and I'm going to try something different. And I am going to beat it, and I am going to see where these bigger fish are in here. So far, out of about 20-ish fish, 2 of them have been £15 and 1 was £10. Yeah, okay, there's a few small ones in there, but if you get 2 15-pounders in the space of about 20 fish, or 23 I think it is in total, then there's got to be more in here and bigger. So I'm going to persevere, and I'll let you know how I got on. So anyway, as usual, if you enjoyed this one, click the like button. If you want to subscribe, you can do that too. And until the next time, bye for now.